So you're in the market for a new battery case to fit your iPhone XS, XS Max, or your iPhone XR, and you've come across the Juice Pack Access from Mophie, but you're really not sure whether or not you should purchase it. Well, you've landed in the right place because in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and review the Juice Pack Access from Mophie and tell you whether or not it's worth consider purchasing or if you should purchase something else. Now, I am Mike, and this is Tech 24/7 TV. If this is your first time here, hey, thanks for checking us out. Maybe consider subscribing if you find value in this type of content. If this is not your first time here and you're a regular, well, hey, thanks for coming back. Now, let's get started. So for context, I'm the type of person who does not like to see my iPhone battery get down to the orange or, heaven forbid, even into the red. Anxiety starts kicking in. It's like, oh my gosh, my phone's gonna die very soon. I'm very familiar with iPhone battery cases. I've had an iPhone battery case since the iPhone 4S. If I'm not mistaken, that was from Mophie as well. And I most recently reviewed the Photo Smart battery case from Moment that fits the iPhone X, in addition to the iPhone Smart battery case, which is from Apple. And I will leave links to both those videos in case you're interested in either one of those products here above. Like the name implies, the Mophie Juice Pack Access allows users to still access the Lightning port in the bottom of the phone to retain access to features like CarPlay, Charge and Sync, and still using Lightning headphones. Now, since there is no physical connection in between the phone and the charging case, that means that there is an additional port on the bottom of the charging case, which is USB-C. The buttons themselves have a great tactility and feel to them when you're pushing them in, and the corners feature raised edges for added drop protection. So the case is designed of hard plastic and features a capsule design that allows you to go ahead and pull the top off the case, slide in your phone, and then reseal to get going. The Juice Pack Access has a retail price of $99, and Mophie makes a version that's compatible with the iPhone XS, the iPhone XS Max, and the iPhone XR, and coming in a number of different colors. For the iPhone XS and the XS Max, they come in the same color set. It's going to be black, navy blue, gold, and deep red. And now for the iPhone XR, you're going to be able to get baby blue, black, and it's going to be red. Now this is a different color red than the deep red. It's a little bit lighter, and it's not the same color red, or at least as what product red they had in previous years. Now, in addition to all that, for the $99, you are going to get a 2-year warranty on the battery case, which I haven't seen too many battery cases, if at all any, that have a 2-year warranty. You can charge the Mophie Juice Pack Access in a couple different ways. So the first way is using the conventional USB-C port that's on the bottom of the Juice Pack Access. Now from there, you can actually use the included USB-C to USB-A cable, and if you use that, it's going to charge at 5 watts, 2 amps. Now, if you have a USB-C power delivery solution, that will go ahead and allow the charger and the case to negotiate whatever the charging rate is going to be. And when I spoke to Mophie today, they told me that it will accept up to 29 watts of energy via USB-C power delivery. Now, the second way that you can go ahead and charge the case is going to be via wireless fast charging. As long as you have a fast charger that supports Apple's wireless fast charging, it'll charge the case at 7.5 watts. So the caveat to that is that anytime that you're using the case to charge the phone, that's always going to be at 5 watts. So you can charge the case at 7.5 watts, but the case will only charge the phone at 5 watts. That is a little bit of a disappointment that you're not able to fast charge the phone when you have the case on there, but you are getting the additional kind of battery life from the case. I think it's okay. It's not a deal breaker by any means. So to get into the details about the battery on the Juice Pack Access, it is 2200 milliamp hours and it's rated for 31 hours of incremental usage, and that usage should be broken down into any one of the 4 categories. So that's going to be 31 hours of phone calls, 18 hours video playback, or 16 hours of web browsing. Well, from a usability perspective, the Mophie Juice Pack Access is designed to top off your battery until you can get to a charger or a wireless charger, and not designed to fill your battery up to 100%. Now that was a little bit different, now for me at least, because even though I've only been using the iPhone Smart battery case for about a month, so one of the things that you'll need to be aware of is that if you are in an environment that's not saturated with wireless charging pads everywhere, and you don't have any other USB-C charging devices or any other devices that take USB-C cable, you might find yourself with a dead battery case and a partly dead phone that you can't charge because you don't have a cable for it. I was not used to carrying a USB-C cable with me every day because my kind of utility bag, right? It has a lightning cable and a charging brick, but not a USB-C cable. So that's one of the predicament that I found myself in, after the first couple of days of usage, just kind of getting acclimated to what the charging cycle and how to charge it was. In the beginning of the video, I talked about whether or not the Juice Pack Access would be worth purchasing when you compare it against the iPhone Smart Battery Case from Apple. Now, just looking at the raw numbers, the iPhone Smart Battery Case is $30 more expensive than the Mophie Juice Pack Access, and it has a much smaller battery at 1,369 milliamp hours compared to 2,200 milliamp hours on the Juice Pack Access. So kind of the bottom line of how much it costs and what am I getting, you think that Apple's overcharging you and giving you less than Mophie is. Now, I think that's not an unreasonable conclusion to come to, just kind of looking at the raw numbers, but we have to peel back the onion and say, you know, what do those numbers really mean in real world usage? From a usage perspective, Apple says that you're gonna get 33 hours of talk time in comparison to Mophie at 31, that you're gonna get 25 hours of video playback time in comparison to Mophie at 18, and that you're gonna get 21 hours of web browsing in comparison to 16 from Mophie. So there is quite an amount of additional usage that you're getting out of the iPhone Smart Battery Case compared to the Mophie Juice Pack Access. So the reason why you're able to get that additional usage out of the iPhone Smart Battery Case is because of the tight integration that Apple has in between their hardware, being the iPhone, the Smart Battery Case, and the software. You don't get that same integration with the Mophie Juice Pack Access, which kind of leads to why you're not getting that as good a performance. But, you know, again, it's a trade-off. If you want something a little bit more protective and a little bit more stylish, I would say that the Mophie Juice Pack Access is probably the right case for you. Again, it has a better look and feel to it. It's got those protective corners. I love the buttons, and it's going to be cheaper, right? If you value the tight integration and you want to get as much usage time out of your phone during the day, I would say that the iPhone Smart Battery Case is definitely the one for you. All that said, what I don't like about the Juice Pack Access is the way that Mophie gives you the battery percentage. Here on the bottom of the case, you have to press this button for a couple seconds and it'll give you a visual indication how charged the phone is. The second thing is that the bottom of the phone is exposed, as it should be, because you have access to the lightning port. But if you're someone who kind of takes very fine care of your phone and you want to make sure that you don't get any scratches or nicks, like my friend Steve, who's probably watching this right now. Hi Steve, we're all talking about you. You want to make sure that you're mindful of that. In addition to, it's only designed to take the phone from, to top off the phone until you can get to a charger. So in conclusion, I think that the Juice Pack Access is a good buy for the performance at $99. And if you can find it on sale, either through Mophie or through Amazon, I would say it's a definite buy because you're getting more value for the performance that you're getting. And I would say additionally, because you still have access to the lightning port on the bottom of the phone, you still use CarPlay, Charge and Sync, and your lightning headphones. If you still use headphones, let me know in the comments below if you still use headphones, because I don't know anyone that does, but I digress. I love the tactility of the buttons, and I think the unsung hero here is that there's a 2-year warranty. So when you think about how the upgrade cycle is elongating, people are keeping their phones for even longer, having this under warranty for 2 years is great. So now that you've heard my thoughts on the Juice Pack Access, do you see yourself going out and buying one, or would you go out and get the Apple iPhone Smart Battery Case? Let me know in the comments below. Hit like, hit subscribe, or consider sharing this video with someone who would find value in it because it absolutely helps the channel. I am Mike, and this is Tech 24/7 TV. We will talk to you next one.